Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Hannes and this is Sarah. And as usual, every Wednesday and Friday, we speak about e-commerce, we speak about social commerce, and everything that's happening on social. So if you have not followed our page, Antas Solutions, please do so, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so today, Sarah, very good topic that you suggested. So I think because a lot of us are preparing for 2022, some companies are just being set up. Some are realigning their strategies and all that. So we are going to talk about how to build a simple branding strategy for 2022, and we're going to be make it so simple that you have no excuse whatsoever to not do it.
End of this chat session, you have to do it.
Exactly, you have to do it. It's like we actually launched the 30-day Instagram content idea challenge. We've got a number of people actually downloading the challenge, but not actually doing anything. So if you're one of those who have downloaded our strategy and not done anything yet, it's not too late. We've got December, so at least you can try and feel how it's like for the first 30 days, and you can improve yourself in 2022. All right, so straight to the point, what I'm going to cover today is three main things: how to approach branding, how to develop your brand, and how to share and execute your brand strategy. It sounds very big, branding strategy and all that. And if you are just starting out, it might be like, oh, it's too much for me. So that's why we want to make it as simple as possible for you to do it, right? So how do you approach branding? First would be to answer these questions. What is branding? And if you can answer these four questions, you would have nailed it on the head, right? So the first thing you need to do is know who you are, why you're here, why is your business around, why are you doing this business, what are you going to do to grow this business, and how are you going to do it, how are you going to grow the business. So there are there's the long-term plan, and then there's the short-term plan, and there's the execution plan, right? The next thing would be to understand that this is not what branding is. The logo is not what branding is. The style guide is not either. Fonts, colors, and copy is not what branding is all about. There's a lot of misconception. A lot of people, when they're thinking of branding, we're thinking of, how to make our brochure look beautiful, or how to make the website look great, the colors and all that. Yes, they do play a part, but the core is this is not really the core. We're going to go and cover the core today. Okay, so why is branding important? It comes back to that. Are you moved by logos, or are you moved by a brand's values, or the mission for the world, or the vision for the world, to make your workplace more comfortable, make your home a better place to stay in, or make your community a thriving community, right? So logos don't move people, but your vision and mission and values do. Okay. So branding also unifies your team. So sometimes, when you're starting out as a solopreneur, for example, it's basically you, yourself, and just you, yourself, and you, right? Me, myself, and I, you, yourself, and you. Okay, you know what I'm trying to get at, right? So when you're starting out, it's not a big deal. You kind of like know why you want to do something. It could be because you have encountered a problem, and you think you know how to solve this problem, so you're building a company to solve the problem. But when you are growing and you have more than 5 people on your team, you need to have something that glues your team together, right? So that is what branding does. It helps give your team a purpose. It gives your team something to look forward to, something to unify them, something to understand why they're there at the workplace, right? Why they're there working with you. Okay. And so the second part would be how to develop your brand. Okay, so what we need you to do right now is write down your belief statements, and how this looks like is like this. I believe in blah 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 blah. So you might be like, you might be hanging and you don't really know what to write at the moment. So I'm going to give you some samples. This is how it looks like. I believe in taking regular breaks. It helps in productivity and it helps to boost my creativity. Same thing for the team. We don't want them to work till they drop dead. We don't want them to complain to their friends, their families that, we're a horrible place to work in because we are always breathing down their necks and we're always having tight deadlines, crazy deadlines, and no time to really enjoy our fruit of labor, right? We believe that meetings are only necessary when there are important matters to resolve. We believe that our team are responsible for their own actions, their own results. So if somehow a team member is not able to produce a result that has been planned, then that's when we come together to work together to do that. I believe we should be grateful in what we have, and our customers are, and our team are a team. Okay, we're not like we're not there to just throw ideas and solve their problems without them actually being part of the problem solving. We are there to work together towards their bigger vision and mission. And I believe things happen for a reason. So, for example, sometimes we work towards a goal and we've put in all our effort, but it just doesn't work out. So sometimes, it's not just about us. I think there's a bigger reason why things happen, and it's usually for our own good, right? Sometimes we don't put in money that we shouldn't be spending money on things that will not actually result in the betterment of the company, or in actually helping the customer achieve what they want to achieve. Okay. So why does your brand exist? So that is the vision. So that's your why. You need to know why you want to start this company, why you want to do what you do. Okay. And if you've not heard of Simon Sinek, he is the one that really pushes this for leaders to
Start with
practice
your
this.
why.
Yes. Start with your why. So it helps the team members, it helps your leaders understand why they're there. Okay. And not just doing things blindly for the purpose of just making money, for example. So what if your vision isn't groundbreaking? Sometimes we see companies like Tesla, and we see companies like Meta, aka Facebook, and their visions are usually huge, right? For example, this is Microsoft's vision. The vision is to have a computer on every desk and in every home. This was like a few years ago, a few decades ago, when they were just starting out, and they want to help people and businesses throughout the world realize their full potential. I don't know whether you can see this. I'm going to make it a bit bigger so you can also see it. And it's like, oof, can I do that? Am I big enough to have such a huge vision? Actually, when you're starting out, it doesn't really have to be that way. It could be like, okay, my starting out vision when I started out, events, right, Sarah? We just basically wanted to help to make event planning easier for our customers. We wanted to get rid of the headache of them having to deal with multiple suppliers who give them more headache instead of making things simpler for them. So our vision was to simplify the process. But as our business has grown along and we have kind of diversified into producing our own events as well as selling software, our vision has also changed accordingly, right? So you're not always stuck. You don't think that when you have already created a vision, you have to stick by it. As you grow, it will also change along with you. Okay. And when it comes to mission, it's basically the bridge that helps you reach and achieve the vision that you have set out. So, what do you need to do today so that you know in 3 to 5 years you have made some sort of progress? Okay. And then, of course, it comes to values. What do you, sorry, values, wrong slide. So, it comes to values. Values basically ask you these questions. How do you behave in your everyday life and in work and in your personal life? What do you believe in? What do you think is right? What do you think is wrong? How do you act in certain circumstances? In the normal circumstances, in a normal circumstance, in a panic, when things are not working out, how do you react? Where do you stand in terms of like certain causes? What characteristics do you admire about yourself? Okay, so it feels very personal, and it is, but it's also going to be applicable to your business. So some of Antas Solutions values would be, we're honest with our customers. If we cannot do something, we tell them we cannot do something. And we tell them realistically when they should be able to see certain results. We don't promise them that they will see results overnight. It's more of a long-term game, right? We show our gratitude when things go our way. We are personal. That means when we are dealing with our friends, our customers, our suppliers, we are authentic, right? We are basically, even when we show our social media posts and all that, we have a more personable voice versus something which is more corporate, like CIMB, for example, CIMB Bank. Right? We are helpful. We want to help businesses grow as fast as possible, but not as unrealistically as possible. So we give them the steps that we actually list out the steps they need to take in order to achieve what they want to achieve. We are resourceful, so we find ways to help you solve your problem as well as solve our problem. We are speedy, so because we don't really believe in having bureaucracy, red tape, and all that. If we can make it as flat and as fast as possible to achieve what we need to achieve, we do that. We keep leveling up. We're always educating ourselves. We're always educating our customers so that we always meet the industry standards, and we're always up to date. And of course, I think the last but the most important thing for us is we are energetic and we're fun. So whatever we do, even though the matters might be serious, we have a more a fun approach to solve issues, a fun approach to communicate with our audience, right? And the third would be how to share and execute your brand strategy. So if you see our website, which is newly built, freshly minted and launching this week, you'll see that when we communicate, the words that we use is very, very personal. It feels like we're talking to a human being, and you see that there's a lot of yellow, black, and orange elements to show the fun side of our brand. The fonts that we use are also more casual versus if you see something that's used by banks, for example. Okay. And in our social media channels, whether it's our own personal channel or our Antas Solutions Facebook page, you see that the energy colors are there: the orange, the black, the yellow. The words that we use is also communicated in a way that is more casual and more fun. Okay, so you can see that the images that we use, we try to have our faces as much as possible, to show that we are human behind the brand, right? So that was what I wanted to share. It shouldn't be too difficult for you to do. If you do need help in terms of coming up with your mission, vision, value statements, just leave your comments below. Maybe we can brainstorm something simple so that you can come up with a more clearer vision for yourself. So thank you for joining us today. If you've got questions or comments, do leave them below. Do follow us on Antas Solutions Facebook page, as well as subscribe to our YouTube page. Thank you and see you next time.